With me today, I've got Simon, who flew all the way from Australia just to be with me today. There's been a lot of comparison between Australia and the UK, so stick around and let's get right in.
You guys will not believe me when I tell you that I traveled all the way to Leeds just so that I will bring these latest Australian updates to you. Yes, go and grab your chair, grab your popcorn and sit down. Call your friends. Let us dive into the juice of the matter. Yes, Australia government has brought new update on how nurses can move to Australia from the UK or any part of the world. So yes, we're going to tell you all the details. So don't forget to watch till the end.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kelvin. If you're seeing this video for the first time, please do well to stick around because today we have amazing information for every registered nurse based in the UK. And just so you know, I'm a registered nurse, I'm a lifestyle and also a relocation content creator. So with me today, I've got Simon, who flew all the way from Australia just to be with me today so we can have this information for you. So if you know any nurse who's planning to move to Australia, or who have intentions, or who do not have intention, because if you don't have intentions, we will make you have the intention today. So do well to subscribe to this video, like, and also share it to your friends. There's been a lot of comparison between Australia and the UK, so we're going to dive deep into telling you what are the benefits if you move to Australia, or if you decide to stay in the UK, or if you just want to visit and see how it is like. Because when I was chatting with Simon today, he said, oh, the weather in Australia is better than UK, or it's quite windy in UK. I'm like, ah. But anyway, we're going to discuss today, and Simon is going to be giving us lots of information. So stick around and let's get right in. Simon, just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you flew all the way from Australia to the UK to be with me and my audience today.
Sure, Calvin. Well, look, I work with a company called Health Careers International, and we've been working with overseas trained nurses for the last 25 years, helping them to upgrade their qualifications and also take up registration in Australia. So there's probably not in every single shift in every hospital in Australia, we reckon there's 2 of our nurses working every single day. So it's a really big community of nurses from around the world. We came to England and UK and Ireland because as of April 1, the Australian government has opened up a new, very narrow pathway for UK registered nurses to take up registration in Australia. So if nurses are thinking about looking at their next opportunity, moving to Australia, maybe also moving with their family, now is a perfect time to really start.
So this opportunity offers registered nurses opportunities to move with their family to Australia.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a pretty unique opportunity as well.
Okay.
And part of this is because Australia has a really acute shortage of nurses across a number of areas. Australia's society is aging rapidly. The age of our healthcare workforce is getting older, and so really this is part of Australia's effort to start recruiting the next generation of nursing professionals in Australia.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. So Simon, tell us a bit more about the old and the new Australian pathway. What's the difference? What makes the new pathway better than the old pathway?
Sure. So look, Australia changed its nursing registration pathway about 5-6 years ago to look more like the UK. In the UK, you do a CBT and you do an OSCE if you're overseas trained. Australia moved to an NCLEX test and an OSCE test. So that was for all overseas trained nurses. Didn't matter whether you, if you had your qualification from any country, any outside the UK or
so that includes Nigeria, Ghana, any part of the world, Philippines,
pretty much any part.
Oh,
well,
okay.
unless you did your qualification in the UK, Ireland, the US, Canada, South Africa, New Zealand, etc. So any one of those 7 countries, you needed to go and do NCLEX and OSCE. The new pathway is particularly recognising your UK registration for nurses who have completed their base registration education outside the UK. So someone, for example, who has been finished their qualification as a nurse in Nigeria after 2017.
Oh, okay.
So there's a requirement that date's really important to remember, Kelvin, because if you've finished your qualification and you've taken up registration in Nigeria, for example, after 2017, then you've then come to the UK and you've done CBT and OSCE, got your registration again after 2017, then you're eligible for the Path Express registration to Austria. So no need to go through NCLEX and OSCE. You essentially, the nursing board will assess your application based on your UK registration, as long as you've finished your nursing education after 2017.
Guys, you see what Simon is trying to do. Simon is trying to cut me out. I finished my registration before 2017. So what are the benefits for those who finished before 2017? Do they need to take OSCE, NCLEX? Do they need to follow the old pathway?
So you would continue on the old pathway. You would do an NCLEX test, very similar to CBT, and then you would do an OSCE test in Australia. Okay?
So I'm giving out this information that is going to benefit other people, and me, I'm going to be excluded. Okay, no wahala, no problem. But one of the things I wanted to ask, I know personally, a lot of nurses who are in the UK who have done their NCLEX for US. Is the NCLEX valid for Australian registration?
It's generally the nursing board in Australia. If you've done your NCLEX test within the past 1 to 2 years, they'll recognise that test, and then you don't need to do it again. Anything beyond 2 years, they generally want you to retake the test to just confirm your nursing knowledge.
Okay, all right, okay, that's fine. So guys, for all of you who have done NCLEX, you have done Texas Board of Nursing or US NCLEX, this is for you. So it's not, this information today is not just for UK registered nurses, also for those who have done NCLEX. Does that also include those who have done NCLEX who are in Nigeria, in Ghana, within the last 2 years?
Yeah, so as you know, you can take NCLEX anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It's a globally recognised test.
Yeah.
So generally the nursing board would like you to have done it within the last 2 years,
Okay.
just so that they know that then you've got current knowledge. If it's beyond that, they want you to do it again, just to retest your knowledge, because it's a very important part of that first stage of that.
You have to be
You've
up
got to
to
be
date.
current. You've got to be current with your knowledge.
Yes, that's one thing I don't like about nursing. You have to be current every time. You have to keep doing exam. But anyway, patient safety comes first, so that is why we have to always take the exams. So that has got me thinking, does this work experience has to be just for registered nurses, or if you've had any work experience before as a healthcare assistant, as a carer, even though you've qualified as a registered nurse, does these experiences count towards your pay or your recognition or your experience?
Unfortunately not. So you need to have worked after 2017 for 1 year as a clinic nurse. So you need to be practicing as a nurse.
Okay.
So all the work that you might have done for the couple of last 2 years as a carer, working towards getting your registration done, that'll be valuable when you're talking to employers. in Australia.
Okay.
But the nursing board is referred to a minimum of 1 year clinical practice with your uni registration.
I've gone through the APRA website and I'm a little bit confused about the eligibility criteria for mental health nurses, disability nurses, specialty areas. Is there any different pathway for these nurses to move to Australia?
Okay, so all of those nurses will be eligible to move to Australia as long as they meet the post after 2017 criteria.
Okay.
Australia is a little bit different when it comes to specialties.
Okay.
You need to be qualified as a specialist nurse to then work as a specialist nurse in Australia. So in the UK, you might be working in a specialty area, but you won't necessarily have a qualification. Or you might do all the CPD, you might do all the professional development in it, but you will find that when you get to Australia, the nursing board will ask you about your qualification and specialisation.
Oh, okay. So, for example, if I've been working as an emergency nurse, staff nurse, all my years, but I don't have a specialist qualification as an emergency nurse practitioner. So, if I move to Australia now, I won't be seen as a specialist emergency nurse
Until you have that qualification. So your employer will love all of your experience. The nursing board is very much looking for your qualification.
Oh,
To verify that you have qualified in special.
okay.
So we offer we offer 12 specialization programs that we teach online for nurses in the UK. We have about 350 nurses in the UK at the moment studying these programs to help prepare them to then make that change.
Oh, good. So, guys, stick around. There is an information that he's about to share. So from what you're saying, nurses who register through you can put them through a specialization pathway through some online trainings, and then they will be certified.
That's right.
Okay, guys, do you understand what I'm saying? He said that you can, that thing that you've been thinking you don't have, you can get it with them. So guys, HCI, which is Health Career International, they have opportunity for you if you are a registered nurse in the UK and you've been working in a specialist unit for years and you don't have that specialist qualification. They also have a pathway where they will put you on some online courses, and at the end you will be certified, let's say, to become an ICU nurse or an emergency nurse or disability, mental health, what have you, different specialties. So they can also help you achieve this while also achieving your APRA registration, which is the nursing board in Australia. So I think this is already a juicy offer, but we are just getting started. Simon, so that's really amazing, because I've been working in the UK for the past 6 years, and I can tell you, one of the things that happen is when you are a registered nurse, general nurse, adult nurse, you're made to work in ICU, you're made to work in A&E, stroke ward, CCU, cardiac ward. Sometimes you don't have these qualifications, and then your ward or your trust or your organization will say, oh, they will sponsor you. You need to take years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you're still trying to battle your way into getting this qualification. So for me, I think this is a golden opportunity for any registered nurse who wants to, move to Australia. Because if you already have this plan with an organization, the higher education program, to make these nurses get this qualification, then it's really amazing.
And Kelvin, it really opens those opportunities, because when you think about it, I met a nurse yesterday who has been in the UK for about 8 years, works in mental health. She doesn't want to go back to square one when she goes to Australia. She wants to be able to continue to work as a mental health practitioner. So by doing the graduate certificate, the 6-month program, she then formalizes her knowledge. She's then eligible to work as a mental health nurse, and then she brings all of that knowledge from the UK, and she's able to continue to progress her career. And our belief really, there's no reason you should do all this fabulous work here and then have to go back to square one and start again to rebuild your career, simply because you're moving to Australia.
This is really amazing, because for me in the UK, for those of you, this is a disclaimer, I'm not putting the UK down, I'm just stating some of the obvious. So I know people who have had like 14 years experience, 10 years experience in their country, and they come into the UK, they are started as a band 5 and at the bottom level of pay. And I also know a few instances where some people were able to speak up for themselves, and their experience is counted, but they are still a band 5. So the fact that Australia recognizes your years of experience, which reflect on your level and your pay, it's really a good thing, because it's encouraging to say that, make the nurses feel that all the years they've worked, it's not a waste.
Yeah, exactly, Kelvin. And so Australia puts a lot of value on academic achievement. So you complete your bachelor qualification, and then you progress on to do specializations. The specialization training is the first semester, the first 6 months of a Master of Nursing program. So you're then able to do that for specialty training and then progress on to a Master of Nursing.
Wow.
So as a specialty qualified nurse in Australia, you're paid 5% more salary for every hour that you work for the rest of your nursing life in Australia.
So if you work 12-hour shift or 8-hour shift, you're going to get 5% on each of the hours.
Correct.
For
every single shift that you do for the rest of your nursing life.
Okay, I think I may want to end this video here. I'll carry my shoe, and let me carry my bag. No, I'm serious, Simon. I'm serious. I'm going to follow you today. Guys, this video is done. I'm going to follow Simon. You people can watch the next episode in the next. Don't worry, I'm just kidding. And guys, I'm back from being excited. Because I still need to get some information from Simon. So Simon, tell me, what is the pathway for someone who did not do a BSc Nursing, who did a diploma, a 3 years diploma? in nursing, how do they, because I know something about 2 years post qualification, new pathway. I just want to be sure what's the plan for them in these new pathways.
For sure. So Kelvin, nurses who have done a 3-year diploma, often they do 3.5 year diploma, at the moment, as they stand, are not eligible for registration in Australia because the minimum education level is a bachelor level qualification, which is a level 7, and a diploma is a level 6.
Okay.
So the nursing board puts a lot of value in education, as you know, for registration. They're able to complete our graduate certificate program, that's 6 months specialty training, and then become eligible for registration because they have then earned a level 8 Australia.
Okay.
So let me just recap that. Diploma of nursing holders, so 3.5 years, and then undertake the 6-month specialty program offline from the UK, and then become eligible for registration in Australia.
Okay.
The second benefit, as we just talked about, they then have a specialty qualification that they can then apply all of their worked experience when they then get to Australia, and they bring education with their knowledge, and they become a really valuable person in Australia.
Oh, so from what you've just said, if someone has a diploma in nursing and no BSc, they can undertake a 6 months program,
Yes.
which then gives them a specialty qualification to be registered into the Australian Board of
In
Nursing.
Australia. So essentially,
well.
Kelvin, they become eligible for registration.
Yeah, so it looks like Australia is more flexible. You guys find a way to just, you don't have BSc, you have BSc, we'll give you it's like you guys just have a way of just making it. There's been a debate. How many hours shifts do you guys do in Australia?
8 hours.
I do 12 hours shift
I
in
know,
UK.
I heard someone yesterday doing 13-hour shifts. So Australia does 8-hour shifts. If you're working full-time, 5 8-hour shifts per week, 40 hours per week.
So you can actually still adjust your time. You can decide to work 12 hours, can you?
You can. You can then work with your ADON, for
Employer.
example, and your employer. You might
adjust.
choose to add a few extra, but an 8-hour shift is
It's
the
regular.
regular shift within the shift roster. So we run 3-shift roster: morning, afternoon, and evening.
So if I start my shift at 7, I'm clocking out like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
Correct.
Oh. So I can still go to the bank and do some things,
Yes,
go to the shop and meet my family. Oh God. Okay.
So you might choose to work 5. You might choose to do 5 shifts a week. You might choose to do 4 or 3, depending on family commitments, things that are going on, etc. Now, obviously, you don't change your shift 1 hour before your shift starts. But so you set, like in the UK, you're setting your shift roster, but it's 8-hour shifts in Australia as well.
Okay.
Also, our nurse to patient ratio is 4 to 1. So
4
4
to
patients
1.
to 1 nurse.
I've done 12 to 1. I've done 16 to 1 before.
Yeah.
Guys, just so you know, I've worked in the UK for a few years now, and I've had instances where I've had to, handle 2 bays, and 2 bays is like 12 patients, and then 2 side rooms. That makes it 14 patients. And in this ratio, you have patients who are false risk, who likely be trying to climb out of the bed, and you also have critically ill patients. And now I'm hearing Australia has a ratio of 4 to 1. So the maximum patients you should have as a registered nurse in Australia is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not even counting my full finger, so that's like 4. Okay, makes sense. So guys, if you're considering moving to Australia, you need to do it with Health Career International. They have lots of opportunities and lots of pathways and lots of flexibility for you. If you've done diploma, if you don't have diploma, if you have BSc, if you don't have specialty, they have lots of flexibility on how you can go about these things. So consider it, right? I'll put their contacts on the screen, and I'll also put it in the description of this video so you don't have to miss it. Check them out. I'll put their website, their phone numbers, their email address, and everything. So yeah, I don't want to talk too much. So let's go to the next question, because I still have lots of questions I want to ask Simon, and he's giving me the vibe of Simon in America's Got Talent. So it's making me feel like I'm speaking to Simon. So Simon, if you're the Simon of America's Got Talent and you're watching this video, this is This is the you I have here. Simon, earlier on in the video, you talked about the 6 months courses that nurses can do to get specialization and also to get eligible to register. How about those who have done BSc? What level of course? Is it a level 7, level 8? And can they also use this? Because I know many nurses around the world are not aware of this opportunity, and that is why I have you here. So how do you measure this? If the person already has a BSc and they want to go into specialization, can they also do the 6 months course? And how does this impact on their career in Australia?
So they sure can, Kelvin. A BSc nurse would have completed what's a level 7 qualification as a bachelor. The graduate certificate, the 6-month program, is a level 8 qualification. It's actually the first semester of a Master of Nursing, which takes you to level 9. So they can complete their graduate certificate, get their specialty qualification, and then if they choose, then move on to the 2nd semester of their Master of Nursing. And because Australian qualifications are recognised around the world, UK, Ireland, US, etc., it's a really great way for nurses to be able to then formalise their learned experience and then basically have a ticket to the rest of them.
Guys, did you hear that? Tickets to the rest of the world. We've got some nurses who are working in the UK, they've got BSc, but then they went on to do Masters in Public Health.
Yes.
Which is not nursing, but it's still a master's qualification. How does this impact on their career in Australia?
Sure. So it's a very common pairing of a registered nurse with clinical experience and then a public health master's as well, which then obviously takes you into health education and community education. Their registration would be as a registered nurse. Their master's in public health will then help them incredibly when they come to do their migration, but also then when they come to look for work as well. Because it opens up the employment market beyond just acute and subacute nursing roles, because then it opens up their opportunities then into public health, health education, state government, local government, community organisations.
Okay, it's kind of similar here, because if you have mastered in public health, you can somehow be able to work in public health, in IPC, in education, local authority, UKHSA, which is Public Health England and all that. Okay, that makes sense. So guys, if you've watched this video to this moment, we are still getting into the more juicy part. We're going to be talking about the career opportunities for nurses who are moving from UK or any part of the world to Australia. And also we're going to, for information purpose only, also discuss about the permanent residency opportunity for nurses. Do well to stick around. The next question you're going to be seeing will cover this part. Simon, let's discuss what are the career opportunities for new nurses with experiences. What are the career opportunities for nurses who are moving from Nigeria or Ghana, or as long as they've met the qualification and moved to Australia? What opportunities do they have?
For sure.
Yeah, and also I know I'm not an immigration advisor, and you're not allowed to speak on this, but just for information purpose only, I would like you to also give me insights from what you've seen. What opportunities, permanent residency opportunities, do these nurses also have?
Sure. So let's look at this in two parts. Number one would be nurses from all over the world who have their UK registration. So as we talked about earlier, pre-2017, after 2017, provides a different pathway. But every nurse is able to then apply and start to work through the registration process in Australia. So why are you doing that? Really, you're doing that because you want to take up career opportunities in Australia. So the day we left, we just did a simple search on a job board, looking for nurses, registered nurses, and there were 15,500 positions listed on that one job board, available on that when we left.
And they have they can recruit internationally.
Yes.
15,000.
15,000.
Guys, 15,000 opportunities for registered nurses to go to Australia in one job board. One. We have not looked at the other job boards. All right, Simon, sorry I caught you, but I just wanted to let these people know that it's 15,000. Anyway, let's carry on.
So the main thing they need, obviously, is nursing registration, and then those jobs are in acute, subacute, hospitals, community care, non-for-profit organisations right across the healthcare sector. So if you then have your registration in Australia, And the HCI team will then start to work with you to identify the best job opportunity for each individual, because everyone's story is different.
Yeah, true.
Some have family, some don't have family, some want to work in different states of Australia, different experiences, etc. So with those jobs, the migration pathway that we know a lot of employers prefer to work with is called permanent residency.
Okay.
So then you're applying to become a permanent resident in Australia. In the UK, you work on a fixed term contract
And then
as an employer sponsored, and then that gets extended, etc.
yeah.
That's available in Australia, but a lot of employers prefer to employ permanent residents because then they know you're more settled.
You're more settled, yeah, and it reduces staff turnover, and
That's precisely
Yeah.
it, yeah. So, if you come as a family, you might be working as a nurse, your partner is settled, they're working, children are going to school, etc. And there's a number of benefits.
yeah.
Australia's a very big country, as you know.
Yeah.
I think the entire island in UK fits into one state of Australia, right? Which is about 25% of the country's mass.
You didn't have to blow us below the bed. That's below the bed, Simon. No, you don't have to do that. But you people have snake. People have spider. We don't have snake and spider.
We have snakes and spiders, but you get on with life. I was talking to someone yesterday.
I should get on with life with snake and spider.
I haven't seen a snake in 5 years.
Oh, 5 years.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a snake in almost 20 years.
Okay.
Okay. But I've seen snake coming out from people's toilets.
That would be a YouTube video, and that's not mine.
But it's true.
It's maybe happened occasionally.
It's just this snake thing now that is making me to consider this thing. If you give me 5 million and say sit there and there is snake, I will run. I know this is out of what we are discussing. As a Nigerian man, and you people know I am a Nigerian man, is there any snake training you people are going to give us when we move to the Australia? Like, you people tell us how to avoid snake, which one is poisonous, which one is venomous, which one will kill us instantly, which one we can eat. Do you people eat snake?
So as
Do you people eat snake?
we have eaten snake. Yes,
We have.
It's very delicious.
I said, do you people eat snake? He said we have eaten snake.
Yes.
So that means you eat snake.
We eat snake.
We can eat snake. I just want to be sure.
You can eat snake. You can eat kangaroo. You can eat crocodile.
Because here we cannot eat some of these things. They say they are protecting. We can eat snake in Australia. We can eat kangaroo. I can't wait to test kangaroo. How it will taste. Yeah. But anyway, that's one of the that's one, because we talked about the opportunities for nurses moving to Australia. One of the opportunities apart from career is that you can eat snake. Do well to check out Health Careers International on YouTube, and also check out their website. I'm going to put all the information in the description of this video, and I'll also try and display it on the screen of this video. They've got amazing opportunities for registered nurses who are in the UK, who are also outside of the UK. You can reach out to them. They've got flexibility, whether you have diploma, whether you've got a BSc, whether you've got specialization and all that. So they've got you covered, and there are amazing opportunities, and there is flexible working option. You work 8 hours shift, lots of opportunity, whether you've done NCLEX, whether you've not done NCLEX. So Simon has given us lots of information in this video. As a recap, one of the highlights I picked out is that I can eat snake when I move to Australia, and I'm not going to forget it. And also, Simon has told us that he has not seen snake in a long while. So guys, thank you for sticking around. Before we go, I'll let Simon give us a last word for the followers, for the subscribers. Just tell us one last word for them.
So Kelvin, I think it's all about opportunities, and it's about taking your existing experience, your qualifications, talking to one of our team who can then map out a pathway for you. It could be in the next 6 months, it might be in 3 or 4 years, but either way, know where you're going, and then you're able to start to then realize those dreams.
Oh, I know this is about nurses who are in the UK. Do you guys have opportunities for nurses who are not in the UK? Just one last word, and then we'll call it a day.
For sure. So yes, we do. So if we look back to your home country, we have a number of nurses who are studying either Master of Nursing with us from Nigeria, or they're working through the NCLEX training, OSCE training to finalise their registration.
Okay, so you have heard it. So even if you're not in the UK, you are in Nigeria, or depending on your country, they've got a pathway for you. So reach out to HCI, Health Careers International today, with the details on the screen and in the description. They will map out a pathway for you. So for those of you who are thinking of moving to the UK or moving to Canada or US and the wait is so long, reach out to Health Careers International. They will map out a pathway for you. They'll get you on the path and then, get you registered. So thank you, Simon, so much. I really appreciate it.
It's been really great to meet you, man. Thank you so much for your time.
All right.
And we look forward to seeing you all in Australia.
All right. So before we go, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. If you know someone who is a registered nurse in the UK or any part of the world, do well to share this video with them. It is very easy to share video. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Sharing videos is very free. The same way you share reels on Instagram, go to this video, click the share button, copy the link, paste it on your WhatsApp status, just type updates, and then share it to your WhatsApp group. Just type update, guys. So it's very easy. It's not going to change your data. It's not going to increase your data usage. So share it on Facebook, share it on WhatsApp, and do well to subscribe if you're seeing this video for the first time. And to my returning subscribers who are still watching this video now, I appreciate you. You're the reason why we have a community where we share information. It may not benefit you directly, but the fact that you've shared this video to someone, it means you're building the community. And one thing I believe is that if you help a family or one person to move abroad, like Australia, for example, like we've just discussed, you've helped a generation, to move to a different part of the world and to have a different experience of what the world looks like. So thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Bye. See you in Australia soon.
Is you here? Let me be the one you dream of when you close your eyes to sleep. Let me be the one you run to when there's nowhere else to go. Let me